way down in the water, way down in the hole, far away from any soul.
Where there is discord, may we bring harmony, and where there is despair, may we bring hope.
I'm coming back from the fire.
Put your trust in us.
Crawling back from the
We
dirt.
shall repay that trust for you.
Coming back from the fire and I'll burn it down.
Turn it. Spin the camera. Spin the camera.
Jason, come on, it's ready. Surprise! Tea first, then presents, okay?
Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jason. Happy birthday to you.
Make a wish.
Look, card from his dad. It's under a table.
Not opened.
It's tough for him.
It's tougher for Kevin.
My client, Mr. Lawton, was tried and found guilty first by the press and then by social media. It made his life a living hell for over 2 years. It took less than a day today for the truth to come out. He should never have been arrested. He should never have been brought to trial. That's the truth. Report that. Tweet that.
Dear Miss Banville, my son Jason turned 14 today. His father is Kevin Russell, who you've probably heard of. Kevin has been in prison for 14 years, all of Jason's life. I'm writing to ask you if you will look at Kevin's case, because I know he didn't kill that girl. I've talked to other lawyers and got nowhere. I have to try one more time, because I owe it to Jason to prove that his dad isn't a killer, that he's a good man. Please, help us find the truth.
Hi, Miriam.
Good morning.
I'm going to be out all day today. You should stay in with Kareem, just to be safe.
Okay.
Yeah, and Steve will be up. I'll be up eventually.
so grateful I can't tell you. You all right?
You know the rules. No touching.
Jason sends his love.
Be nice to see him.
He'll come next time, I promise. So, Kevin, this is Emma Banville, the lawyer I told you about. She's agreed to look at your case.
How much is she costing you?
She's doing it for free.
Oh, great. Stupid lawyer.
Kevin, she's come all this way.
Okay, so what do you want to know?
Can you leave us, please?
Not allowed, sorry.
I'm his solicitor. It is allowed. Are those cameras off?
Yeah.
Because if they're not and anything said in here gets leaked to the press.
They're off.
Thank you.
Go on, then.
Did you murder Linda Sims?
No, I did not.
So why did you confess to it?
Because I was tired and scared, and she never let up on me, never.
She, Detective Inspector Greenwood.
By the time she'd finished, I'd have confessed to killing my own mum.
Kevin, how can you confess to something you know you didn't do?
You haven't heard of coerced confessions, Emma? Take a scared kid, mess with his head, you can put any words you want in his mouth. That's what she did to me. Told me how I did it, where I did it, and why.
You were 23, not a kid. And most coerced confessions get thrown out. Yours wasn't. You know why?
Because they had good lawyers and I had shit lawyers, and it looks like that ain't gonna change.
Kevin.
Is there anything new you can give me? Anything about the case? Anything about the investigation?
I already told them everything. The police, the lawyers, the court. I had a good job. Then my girl, she's pregnant, we're looking forward to our first kid, and then I get accused of killing a girl I don't even know.
A witness said she saw you talking to her the night she disappeared.
At a school disco with 200 kids. I didn't kill her. If you think I did, then why are you here?
Because Annie believes you didn't, and she convinced me. But without new evidence, I'm never going to get your case before the Review Commission. So, think, Kevin. Is there anything new you can give me?
No. There's nothing, no.
Carry on. You done?
Yeah, we're done.
I'll bring Jason next time, Kev.
You know what that policewoman said? She said if I confessed, it would help me in court and with my boy.
When did she say that to you?
But it didn't help me in court. And it didn't help me with my boys. He's been to see me twice in the last 6 years, and he obviously hates my guts.
Sorry, none of this is in the transcripts. When did she say that?
So I guess she lied. Police lie to get a conviction. Is that new enough for you?
When did she say that to you? When?
Even if his confession's thrown out, the forensics still convict him. I don't know why you wasted your time going to see him.
Because of Kevin's ex-fiancée. She never gave up on him.
ever.
This is Annie, who was pregnant at the time of the murder and married someone else the second Kevin was locked up.
This is Annie, who tried to get over 40 law firms to take a look at Kevin's case. I mean, she married because the child needed a father.
He wasn't a murdering paedophile.
Sexual activity was never conclusive.
Oh, come on.
Ladies, please. Emma, why do you want to continue with this?
Because the confession is questionable. The IO might have questioned him outside Pace, which is a brief...
It's a technicality. The forensics
were done by the Galleon Labs, which is owned by a bunch of ex-coppers who have been investigated at least 6 times and have had 4 convictions overturned.
Dad, taking on Kevin Russell will bring us nothing but ridicule. It certainly won't make us any money.
You're right, Maggie. This firm has always preferred ridicule to money. I don't know how we're still in business.
Well, we won't be much longer.
Just a few more days.
Pace tapes. You're really going to put yourself through that torture?
Kevin said Greenwood put words into his mouth. Where I did it, how I did it, and why.
Olivia Greenwood was the investigating officer. You know she's in counter-terrorism now.
SO15.
Graduate entry. This would have been one of her first cases.
Well, there you go. Inexperienced copper, desperate to make her mark.
She won't like you messing with her, that's for sure. You're probably already on her dartboard with your new house guest. What's her name, Miriam? What's her husband up to now?
Dr. Attar is in a refugee camp on the Syrian border. And yes, SO15 have an arrest warrant out on him.
It's Ruby. She's in the middle of London. Why she's gone dark?
Oh, her. What's her last location?
Ealing somewhere.
Her father's in hospital there. Pacemakers, etc. Don't sweat it.
Where is she? Why hasn't she got a phone with GPS like a normal person?
Because she's slippery.
I was in East Anglia today. You know, went past the place where my unraveling started. It's hard to remember. Like it never happened. But it did. Didn't it?
Emma. He actually ate something today, which is good. How's work? Defending any more sex offenders? Or mad mullahs?
We all have a right to a lawyer, Mum.
Yes, but why does it always have to be you? I'm worried about you, Em. You're getting on. No husband, no family.
Velma. I'm so sorry. Red Bunny. I'm sorry.
Hamid. Thanks for meeting me. Have you got your phone?
No, I haven't. I left it in my car.
Good. I don't want the spooks using it as a microphone. When it comes to Syria, there's no such thing as client-lawyer confidentiality.
Oh, I understand, believe me.
Will we be back on yet? Been a while. Tell 15. They might want to do a bump. Greenwood.
Your Uncle Yusuf is not making life easy for me. Or for his wife.
I heard about Miriam. It's good of you to take her in. She's family in America, but what chance of getting there now, huh?
Well, that's why he has to come home. And he hired me to stop the police from harassing him. Then he disappears into Syria. I mean, what's he thinking?
He's not on holiday, you know. They're desperate for doctors out there. In Aleppo fell, there were less than 20. 20 for 250,000 people.
Can you contact him?
It's difficult, but... yeah.
You need to tell him. Miriam is alone and afraid. You tell him he has to come home, and then we'll go to the police and we'll sort it out. Okay?
Okay. He's a good man, Emma.
Yeah. He has to be a good husband, too. Besides, I'd quite like to keep at least one of my clients out of jail.
Good night.
Be careful.
Know why we stopped you? You're doing 40 in the 30-mile-an-hour zone.
I wasn't. Since when do detectives do traffic stops?
You mean instead of catching the real criminals?
I know you don't catch the real criminals. Why did you stop me?
It's the company you keep.
What? What do you mean the company I keep? No, what do you mean the company?
You mind how you go.
What are your names?
Emma.
Hi, Miriam.
You must be hungry. I made some food. I can heat it up.
Oh, no, stiff drink is what I need. I know. I'm a lost cause.
Not to me.
Speaking of lost causes, where is Steve?
In the pub. He said for you to join him.
I met Yusuf's nephew today, Hamid. I can get a message to him. I told him to come home.
I hope he will. I really hope.
You think he won't?
I know how important his work is. Maybe I should go to him. Maybe I should take Karim and just go.
No, and that'll get you both into trouble. The police are just waiting for you to make a mistake.
What have I done? I was thrown out of my flat. I am forbidden to go to my husband. What have I done?
Look, they just suspect anyone who's got ties with Syria, that's all. It'll be fine. Yusuf will be back. But until then, just be careful. Now, you remember what to say if they ask.
I want my lawyer.
I want my lawyer.
Good. Teach the baby too.
This is Detective Inspector Olivia Greenwood, Bury St. Edmunds Police Station. It's February 3rd, 9:11 a.m. Present in the room with me is Kevin Russell and Mr. Russell's solicitor, Raymond Blackwell. Kevin, as you know, Linda Sims, a pupil at the school where you work, is missing. We have a witness who says she saw you with Linda outside the school disco on Saturday night.
Well, that's not true.
I think it is true. We're searching your home and your workshop right now.
That'll upset Annie. They can't upset Annie. She's pregnant.
Hey, love. Working hard. I'm afraid I won't permit you.
Oh, no.
No, don't worry. Not the kid, though. How long are they going to be camping on our couch?
Until I can find them another place to live. How was the pub?
Oh, you were missed? Love you.
That'll upset Annie. They can't upset Annie. She's pregnant.
Well, how upset do you think Linda's parents are? Where is she, Kevin? Where is she?
I don't know.
A witness saw you with her. Linda's friend saw you.
I don't know.
It's been 48 hours, Kevin. You know what that means, don't you?
No.
It means we're beginning to lose hope. So if you know anything, now's the time to talk.
I don't know anything.
You were the last person to see Linda alive. Where is she, Kevin? Please help yourself before it's too late. DI Greenwood, Bury St. Edmunds Police Station, February 7th, 1:05 a.m. You should have talked to me, Kevin. You should have told the truth.
What do you mean?
We found Linda, her body, buried many yards from your workshop. And we've got enough to put you away basically forever. Do you want that, Kevin? Melinda, she was knocked out. She was put into the ground unconscious. She woke up in the ground, trying to breathe. Those were her last moments on Earth. She was in your workshop, wasn't she? There were strands of her hair. Fibers from her clothes found here. There. She was in your workshop, wasn't she, Kevin? Wasn't she? Wasn't she?
Yes.
You don't have to tell us what you did, we already know. Linda was hit twice. A blow to her legs hard enough to break bones and a blow to her head knocking her out. So what did you hit her with? What did you hit her with?
I didn't.
There's enough here for a jury to convict you.
I didn't do it.
But the question is, what will they convict you of? Cold-blooded murder? Or of getting out of your depth? Panicking? Accidentally killing the person that you actually had feelings for? So you had to get rid of the body. How did you get rid of the body?
I don't know.
You don't know, Kevin. Now, we all can understand fear and panic. But you need to tell us the truth. You need to tell us what happened. If you want the jury to feel sympathy for you, you have to be honest. What did you hit her with?
The shovel.
You hit Linda with a shovel.
Yes.
And where did you hit her first? What part of her body?
Her legs.
You knocked her down and then?
Head. Her head.
You hit her on the head.
That's enough. My client needs a break.
Your client needs a fucking lawyer.
knocked her down, and then...
Head. Her head.
You hit her on the head.
It's clear from the silences on the tape. Greenwood had the crime scene photos on the table, showing Kevin what to say. She's actually pointing to the answers. She led him. She put words into his mouth. At the very least, I can get the confession thrown out. And have a look at the forensics.
I checked. It's all lawyers don't have them anymore. They're only obliged to keep them for 6 years.
What can we do?
Go to Bury St Edmunds police station where Kevin was originally questioned. Pray to God they kept the files.
You want to look at what case?
Linda Sims, February 2003.
February 2003. Not a problem. This is D.S. Hammond. Drop everything and find a case file from 2003 for a solicitor from London. What? You're too busy. Crimes to solve. Okay. Sorry. Should have called. Save yourself a drive.
I'm not going anywhere until I see Linda Sims' file. It's my right.
Put your request in writing, I'll see what I can do.
The only thing I'm going to be putting in writing is a letter to the Complaints Commission about your obstructive attitude.
You're that lawyer, aren't you? What's wrong? Not getting any headlines recently? Want to kick up a stink?
Is there a stink to kick up?
Case number is 02-1464-487. The files will be in your storage facility outside Thetford. I had a cold case inquiry here 6 years ago. The facility was immaculate.
You're a copper.
Was.
And now you work with her.
We all make mistakes. This is a non-smoking room.
Not anymore.
What are we looking for exactly?
I don't know, anything untoward.
Anything untoward?
It's interesting. Evidence of sexual activity that night was inconclusive, but she wasn't a virgin. I want to go out there tomorrow, to the school where she was found. Anyway, time for bed. Right, which side do you want?
What? Can I have one room?
Sure, if you pay for it. Fragments of her clothes, fragments of her hair. There's no conifers. Not one. I read the autopsy report last night. In Linda's hair, there was sand, plant fragments, and pine needles.
Could have been cut down.
There weren't any in the crime scene photos either. And the same plant fragments were in her trachea and her lungs. How can she inhale something that isn't here?
Oh dear, Linda's family.
How the hell do they know? Oh, Christ.
You Emma Banville?
Yes.
I'm Linda Sims' dad, Charlie. This is her mum, Beth, her uncle Phil. What are you doing here?
I'm taking a look at the case.
Why would you want to do that?
I've been asked to.
Who by?
I'm sorry, that's confidential.
It's that mad cow, Annie Peterson. Because every time she gets a new lawyer digging it up, it's like she kills Lynn all over again.
I'm really sorry.
Sorry, you've no idea. My baby's in the ground, nothing to breathe. I wake up screaming. Why are you doing this to us?
We're asking you nicely. Just stay away.
If you don't want to live through this again, why have you invited the press?
Because we don't want you here. So why don't you piss off? Yeah?
I want to get a copy of the autopsy report to an independent lab. Karen Buxton, probably.
You think you've enough?
Yeah, major forensic anomaly.
Is it worth the grief?
What? I should back down because of a bunch of vigilantes.
Well, their daughter was murdered.
And Kevin Russell's been in prison for 14 years. That damn journalist. I can just see the headlines. Banville defends another paedophile.
I mean, you never read the papers, you never watch TV. Why would you care?
Because at the moment I do.
But why?
I just don't want that kind of publicity at the moment. I'm trying to adopt.
You?
Yeah, me. I've got a home, an income, a steady relationship. Steady-ish.
Why now? Is it because your dad's dying?
No. I don't know. It's just all this carelessness and lies. It's been in my life for so long. Just need something else.
Quick. Done your homework. Have a good day. Bye. Have a good day.
I got the bread. And this.
Oh, no.
You put him in the news again. You're sick, you know that. I've got to go to school. I've got to live with this.
Hello. Leave us alone.
Emma, Steve. Externals are fine. Stability of employment, income, residence. The police checks were okay. Almost. You have a criminal conviction, Steve.
Well, a suspended sentence. I got done for trespass once. I'm a photographer for the papers.
Where were you trespassing?
It's a long story, but it's how we met. Em was representing the other side. Tore me apart in the stand. Just thought she was lovely.
Now, given your age, you won't be adopting a baby, but a child?
Yes.
Some of these children come from very troubled backgrounds. We don't want them to experience further disruption.
Oh, they wouldn't. Not with us.
What about this sort of disruption? Can you imagine your child having to deal with this? At school? In the playground?
Well, that would stop.
What, you'd give up being a lawyer?
Well, no, but there are many types of law. Don't all involve headlines.
Do you go to bring me out in a rush?
What are you doing with me, then?
Like I said, you're lovely.
That headline's not going to help us.
The fellow who wrote the article, Tony Pullins. I know the name. One from years ago, when he was just a photographer. Pretty good one. He used to work for the Cambridge Times. He was working there when Linda Sims went missing. The local police used to use him to photograph crime scenes and stuff. That's how we got the jump on most of Fleet Street.
So the case made him? Like it made Olivia Greenwood? Nothing like a dead white schoolgirl to advance a few careers.
Guard! Guard!
This is from Phil and Charlie Sims.
So you've got a lawyer. That's how you've been telling lies about what you did to Linda. What did you do to her, Kevin?
Tell us the truth now.
Tell us the truth.
I killed her!
That's it. Take care, Kevin.
Kevin said it was an accident, but it wasn't. It's hardly the first time. And there's something else. Kevin says he wants to stop working with you. He says he made it all up. He says he did it. He killed Linda.
What, and you believe him? He's stuck to the same story for 14 years, Annie. The only reason he'd change it is because someone's got to him.
He says he wants you to stop.
Because he's frightened.
No, because he did it. He's a murderer. You've ruined Mum's life and my life, and he keeps ruining it.
All right, Jason.
Derek's my dad, not him. He should never get out, ever.
I said that's enough.
You're going to give up too, Annie? When you fought for so long. Just when I'm getting somewhere. Please tell me you've got something.
Still got a few tests to run, but we're basically done and dusted. You were right about the plant matter. None of the fragments in Linda's lungs matches the floor of her burial site.
What plant matter did she ingest?
Conifers. Douglas fir and Sitka spruce. Soil samples. The soil, dust, sand, mainly sand, found in Linda's lungs and throat, also didn't match the soils of the burial site.
What do they match?
They were impregnated with kerosene. High-grade kerosene, also containing toluene, naphthalene, and xylene. It's jet fuel, most likely JP-8, the main fuel of fighter jets, bombers.
She was buried on an Air Force base.
She was first buried alive.
And then she was moved. Why? There are two bases in Suffolk that the RAF and the Americans use. Lakenheath and Crawbury. And Crawbury is less than a mile away from where Linda was last seen, Hainwood School.
But what does it mean?
It means if Kevin murdered Linda, he buried her twice. First near one of these airfields, and he dug her up and buried her again 20 yards away from where he works. It doesn't make sense.
Unless he didn't do it.
It's enough. The Commission will have to reopen the case.
Aren't you all forgetting something? Kevin is now saying he did kill Linda. Doesn't that make this rather academic?
I'm telling you, I did it. I killed her, I accept it. You're fired.
I know you didn't do it.
You have to say that. There's some kind of lawyer thing, so you can...
Kevin, I know the review board would re-examine your case, and I believe your conviction will be overturned. I will get you moved, put into solitary. I will kick down the Home Secretary's door if I have to. You shouldn't be in here, and you certainly shouldn't be getting beaten up when you're in here. I know you've been threatened, that you're scared. But if you trust me, you will walk out of this place. You'll be a free man. You fought for so long, Kevin. Don't give up now. So, we're still your lawyer.
All rise.
In the appeal of Kevin Russell against his conviction for murder, we have considered the appellant's arguments and the new evidence referred to therein. In light of this, it is our majority opinion that the conviction of Mr. Russell is unsafe, and we hereby order the conviction be quashed.
You did it.
However, having considered the Crown's response and the additional evidence presented by the police, we agree with their submission that a full retrial is necessary and is so ordered. In the meantime, we order that Mr. Russell be released on unconditional bail.
All rise.
Miss Banville, I'm Olivia Greenwood.
Yeah, I know who you are. So what's this new evidence?
There was one lie of Kevin's that I could never break. That he'd had no contact with Linda Sims before the night she disappeared.
Why should that be a lie?
Because it was. Look. Recognize her? Linda Sims. Recognize the place. Outside Kevin Russell's little hut.
So, where did you find this? Who took it?
You'll learn soon enough. Ah, here comes the man himself. You let a terrorist's wife live in your home, and you set a murderer free. You play with fire.
Derek's outside with the car.
Good luck out there, Kevin.
Take you straight to the hotel.
Convicted killer Kevin Russell has been released after the Court of Appeal overturned his conviction for the murder of schoolgirl Linda Sims in 2003. However, in the light of new evidence, the police have announced that
Heather, it's Alistair.
Are you on a secure line?
Yes. You've seen what's been happening over here. Kevin Russell.
On the table behind the pie.
What? What did you say?
Don't worry about Russell. It's fixed.
How?
I used the photographs.
Are you out of your mind?
The photos show what Russell is. Don't put him back where he belongs.
They could also expose other things.
Yes, Alistair, they could. I appreciate how embarrassing that would be for you.
Let's be clear here, not just for me.
But happily, it's irrelevant because we own the man who took them.
You'd better be right about this.
You seem rather stressed. Shall I come over and hold your hand?
That's not necessary.
Nonetheless, I'm coming. And you can do something for me. Russell's lawyer. I want information on her.
Why don't you Google her?
I said information. Or have you been put so completely out to grass that no one takes your calls anymore? In which case, why the fuck should we bother to protect you?
Fearless continues brand new next Monday at 9. On ITV Encore in just a moment, there's more drama tonight with the start of a brand new series of The Americans. While new on ITVB next, it's more than just a job. Meet the women married to medicine. Next, all the latest ITV news at 10 is on the way.